So today's Friday, and yesterday, Thursday, I was talking about like, who do you have a responsibility to provide feedback? So as a leader, what I talked about yesterday was those in your charge, right? So my employees, family members, right? People in my charge, I have a responsibility to provide them feedback. And we've been talking for the last couple of weeks about professional feedback versus unprofessional feedback, right? Unprofessional being sarcastic, which is my default, or passive aggressive, which is my default. So I've got a lot of learning in this area. But professional feedback, I have a responsibility to give those in my charge, my employees, feedback. But what about people that you have an opportunity to provide feedback for? They're not in your charge, but they're in your sphere of influence, or you come across them. Like, where are there opportunities for you to provide professional feedback? And again, some of our learnings, if you're more of an instigator, more of an extrovert, it might come more natural for you, but maybe that's a challenge for the more empathizers, more introverts, is to say, who in your sphere of influence do you have the opportunity to provide feedback? One of my friends, Rick Boyle, he and I are peers, and we spent some time providing each other feedback on our observation of how the other person communicated to a bunch of high school students when we spoke at King's High School months ago. And I thought it was really healthy, for Rick to give me some encouragement and some, could do better type things. It was really helpful, and I really appreciated it. But I was also receptive to that, right? So Rick doesn't have a responsibility to provide me feedback, but he had an opportunity and he took it, and I benefited from it. That's that again, as we're finishing up the week, like feedback, they say it's a gift, but what does that actually mean? And I think, we've hit on that. I've learned a lot this week of like feedback really is a gift, right? And, professional versus unprofessional feedback, I really need to work on. It's been very convicting week for me to be like, Jerry, you have a responsibility and you have opportunity to give feedback, and you need to do it in a very professional way. And so I'm learning. I'm a work in progress. And anyway, it's super important responsibility that we have as leaders and opportunities that we have as leaders.